Welcome once again. This is Joe Cook here with Debra Clark, the head coach of the women's basketball team, and today we want to talk about your last performance against St. Paul. Pretty much a dominating performance. You get to win 68-44 on the road this time. You guys had a 27-point lead at one time. I guess what was it like to see your players come together and put together such a dominating performance?
Well, it was really nice to see. Our goal was to improve from Elizabeth City, and I think we did that. Defensively, we were trying to be a little sharper. I thought we did that. Another goal we were trying to achieve was to get the ball inside to the post a little bit more. We noticed Elizabeth City, after watching the film, they were open lots of times. We didn't get the ball to them, so we did a better job of that. Some things we have to work on. Free throws, we went to the free throw line quite often and we made 44%, which is not very good. And I think our intensity has to be maintained. A lot of times when you get the lead, and sometimes you can get complacent, and I thought we got a little complacent at some spots in the game. But again, that comes with our youth. A lot of young people, we were up 15 at halftime, and we go in the locker room and they're in there having a good old time like the game was over. So we just came back Sunday, had a good practice, refocused, and I think they're ready for our next trip. We're going to Kentucky, leaving tomorrow morning. We've got our hands full there. 3 top Division I teams, so it's exciting. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and like you said, defensively, you guys really put your imprint on that game. You had 4 players with at least 3 steals.
Right.
And you held them to under 30% shooting. I mean, what was the game plan coming in that game, and did your players actually execute?
Well, for the most part, yes. I felt going in that I felt we were the dominant team, and I told them that, and I expected them to play like that, and we did in spurts. We started off the game, the first 6 minutes we did not score. We were down 6-0 for a time there, so after they realized that St. Paul's wasn't going away, they had to play, they settled down and performed.
And they definitely did, and another thing you mentioned was getting the ball inside. And what more can you say about your freshman Rachel Gordon? I mean, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Tavia got some looks as well with 13 points and 6 rebounds. I mean, your post players really showed up, especially Rachel Gordon, who's only a freshman.
She did a great job, and she got some really, really good looks. Like I said earlier, she's very, very skilled to be so young, and she got great hands. She shot over 50% from the field, and plus her rebounds, and half of the rebounds were offensive, which is a big, huge plus for us because we don't do really well on the boards traditionally. So this year is going to be a different story, hopefully.
And you won the rebound battle again by 3. So the rebound is coming along. Speak a bit about the new players and young players you have. I mean, Rachel Gordon, she's obviously asserted herself and made her presence felt these first 2 games. Now you've had experience on the road and at home. What have you seen come out of your players?
Well, I think they have grown from Elizabeth City to St. Paul's. We did a lot of things a little bit better, which we talked about. So, like I said at the beginning of the season, they can continue to show a little growth each and every day, get better every day. That's the direction which we want to move. Sometimes with young people, I'm saying young 5 freshmen, a lot of times you get a lot of inconsistency because of their youth. But so far, Rachel has really been a pleasant surprise. Ray Corbo, the same way, coming off the bench. She's playing some point for us, playing some too. Has been scoring, playing great defense, getting steals. So she's really been progressing a little faster than I expected as well.
Hey, that's always a good thing. And another thing that I think is very good, with the team is that when you guys play defense, look inside, and you get the post players involved on their defense, you guys get an open court. You had 12 points off the fast break.
Right, and that's our plan. I mean, from the beginning of time, we want to be a team that scores in transition. So we feel that's one of our strengths, and we try to really do that well. This weekend, for example, the teams that we play, they're all bigger than we are. So what we don't have in size, we're going to have to make up in speed and intensity.
And speaking of that, this match we have in this tournament, Houston Baptist, Central Arkansas, and Morehead State. I mean, I think this is where we're really going to see what the team is made of early on. Speak about some of the competition that you're going up against. They're bigger, but you're going to interact that with your speed.
Well, first of all, Houston Baptist, they're under a new coach, and there's made significant difference watching tape from last year to the one game they played this year. They are much improved. They have 2 big post players inside, which we're going to have to really maintain, and they are led by a power forward young lady. She's a sophomore, all conference in their league, averaging 9 points, 9 rebounds, can play the 3 or the 4. They have a new point guard from transfer from Tulane, who's really gets them going. So we've got a good challenge for us. Then we move on to Central Arkansas, who's a very big team again. They've got 6'2", 6'3" in the post, guards that can score. So we're going to have to really be at our best defensively to be successful there. And then we move on to Morehead State, a little smaller team, but they have a player who's number 21 in scoring in the nation, so we're going to have to contain her. So we've got 3 games in 3 days, and you know what we have to do to prepare is just do what we do well. Because you normally we take a couple of days to prepare for each team, but tournament setting you don't have that time, so you really have to focus on doing what you do well.
Yeah, and what's another key thing you're going to stress to your team as far as staying composed in that type of environment?
Well, it's going to be on the road. It's always tough, and we just tell them to stay focused. That's first of all, and understand the game plan, carry out the game plan to the best of our ability. And I think if we defend and rebound, we'll be in a great situation for the weekend. Those 2 things have really, by us being so small and the other teams being much bigger, and we don't have quite the size, we're going to have to box out, get rebounds, and defend people.
All right. And Coach Clark, the women's basketball team, has been doing that, winning the rebound battle in the exhibition game and the first game at St. Paul's. We'll see if they can bring their show on the road in the tournament in Morehead, Kentucky. I'm Joe Cook for InsureSpartans.com.